design project all about the mechanization harvesting solution of fresh fruit bunches FFB from the palm oil tree, palm oil tree. Okay, so mechanization harvesting solution. After that, I will show you the video. But first, let me go through the this design brief first. All right. Okay. I will read for you. Oil palm estate operation has always depended on manual labor in many aspects of its operations. Okay. So this is where what we have been noticed nowadays is basically the price of the palm oil uh, basically rise a lot, and it will steady up until February next year. Because of what? Because of during this COVID situation, there are a lot of shortage of labor in the plantation. So that's why once we deal with the demand and supply, when there are a lot of demands on this palm oil, but somehow the supply is small, so the price is going up. Okay, so that is based on the current issue, right? So some Dabi plantation, SDP, okay, is currently strengthening its operational excellence with strategies such as automation, mechanization, and digitalization. Uh, okay, for your own information as well, currently they are also research in the Samdabi in the R&D department. They're also develop the autonomous concept. Right, that's why they go for this automation. But for this system design class, we only focus on the mechanization harvesting solution, right? So some Debbie plantation has also invested in digital innovation, mainly to automate various processes. Okay, mechanization and data analytics. They did a lot of things. Okay, the objective. This is the objective, is to further improve efficiency. The first one is efficiency. Okay. Second thing is the productivity and cost saving, while enhancing output for better value and to be able to increase production without further deforestation. All right. So this is, I think, the practical, the real industrial project that needed a solution from you. Okay, so basically we are not shock sendiri, kita tak seronok-seronok buat. Basically we are not what we call as blow our own trumpet. Okay, we are not blow our own trumpet, which is kita kata kita bagus, maybe our design is better. Okay, this is where they become either our proposed solution is realistic or not. Okay, basically they are looking at on the improve efficiency and then increase the productivity. So later we will see the current workers, the current labor work in the plantation. Uh, one person, one skillful person that can cut the FFB, the fresh fruit bunches. Okay, buah sawit tu, tandam buah sawit tu, that skillful person, one worker only cover for 10 acre one day, per day. He only one person cover 10 acre per day. So the total collection, weight collection of the tandan buah kelapa sawit ni, or fresh fruit bunches ni, yang buah kelapa sawit yang besar tu, okay, palm oil fruit, alright, around 7 tons, average around 7 tons per day. Alright, so you need to once you think of it, you need to somehow consider this kind of productivity level. Alright, so what is the challenge? Okay, the challenge that due to labor shortage, okay, which are worsening over the years as plantation are labeled as dirty, dangerous, and difficult work. All right, so some W plantation or SDP is investing in innovation to move away from its labor intensive practices. As you all know, whether you all know or not, I would like to tell you, Malaysia's government are looking at on the they already come up with a policy by 2025, if I'm not mistaken. All right, so they will reduce numbers of foreign workers or foreign labor almost half, and by 2030, there will no more or maybe around 10% only foreign worker will work in this kind of industry. Yeah. Okay, so SDP strategize its operation by improving its labor productivity. This can be achieved by adopting and deploying new technologies. So, if you're looking at this level, basically you have around 6 groups. All right. Uh, I do, basically, if you would like uh, to separate into several phases. All right. So there are must be you need to identify and then you need to specify in your team. There must be a few teams focusing on short terms. There are a few teams will be focused on long term. Okay, this is the agreement you need to make for all the teams, which or who will focus on the short term, and then who will focus for the long term solutions. All right, so this is very critical. Okay, SDP is actively looking for a solution, harvest fresh fruit bunches, buah pokok kelapa sawit tu, from the oil palm tree. Again, the development of technology has parallel to the increase in oil palm plantation in Malaysia, and many harvesting technology have been developed to date. Okay, harvesting is a very critical activity in oil palm plantation and is estimated to require about 60% of the total labor force. So this is where supposed to be technology will help this labor. Alright. Although oil palm plantation had moved on from using bamboo to more modern harvesting tool, the latest tools are still considered conventional. The way they cutting apa nama tu the fruit. Okay. SDP is looking for a mechanized solution to harvest fresh fruit bunches. The solution must aim to satisfy this criteria. This will be some parameter in your PDS. Okay, product design specification. The first one is reduce labor dependency. Okay, the idea is that we want if that one can be automatically, that one is the highest priorities, especially for those that will focus on the long term solution. Okay, improve harvesting productivity. Like I have mentioned just now, one person only can cover up to 10 acres per day. All right, with average on 7 tons of fresh fruit bunches per day. So at least the solution that you will propose, at least at that particular level. Okay, and adhere to safety guideline. So this is must be put as the priority in the PDS because safety first. In anywhere, safety must be first. All right. So basically, SDP are interested in 4 main areas, but half of it, or the number one, number two, which come as their priority right now. Okay. So the first one is the technologies or mechanization. Mechanization. I'm talking about the mechanization of cutting mechanism, cutting the fresh fruit bunches. Okay. And then mechanism to reach and access the FFB on top of the palm oil. So what is the difference between one and two? Basically, the first one, when you cut the FFB, the fruit will go to the ground. Okay, and then you need to collect the fruit and go to the collector. So that is the way we have we have two steps. So that's why that is very different, the first one and the second one. The second will be take from the above one. So what is the solution for that particular problem? Okay, therefore, each group has to do background research on mechanization harvesting solution of FFB from the oil palm tree and propose practical solution based on the design process. All right. So I will show to you a video from the Samdabi plantation. Okay. Yo. Boleh dengar tak? Ada audio tak?
Boleh sir.
Alright. Okay, ni the first cutting yang we consider as conventional technique using chisel to harvest, to cut the staking. Okay. Okay, the height of this tree normally we call as the young oil palm tree. It is around wait, forgot already the number. Okay, the young matured is around 4 to 8 years old tree. Okay, it is around 3 to 5 meter from the ground. Okay. Okay, what about the weight of the FFB? Weight of the fruit is around with this young matured tree or palm tree is this around 10 kilo, 10 kilogram up to 20 kilogram lah. Okay, so it is for young matured. Okay, normally they will collect using this wheelbarrow. Okay, it's manual collection. You see here there is the fruit left here, so this one also need to collect because the quality that one on the ground is basically have highest quality compared to that one on the FFB. Okay, this is currently what we SMDB have implemented to collect to collect the fruit. Okay. Matured palm oil is around 9 years old above. Okay, it can be up to 10 meter. Right, you can see there. That is why they are really required so much strength. Okay, to cut this apa nama ni, the front cutting. Okay, it is around 15 seconds. They calculate every single thing. That is a good thing about SMDB. Yeah. Okay, if you can see here, the most skilled person only they will allow to cut for the prime age tree. Okay, the matured tree, which is the highest 10 meter height. the skillful person only they will allow. Okay, so because you need to have a certain strength and then you need to know how to cut lah, basically to get this average of 35 second. So if we can add up 15 second plus 35 second, and normally for front cutting, for every single tree they will cut up to two front. So with add up with this FAB cutting, it is around 1 minute per all tree. This is still a big issue to the Samdabi, because like I mentioned just now, the qualities of this loose fruit on the ground is somehow have highest quality compared to that attached the FFB. Okay, so they also want to find a method or technique to collect this loose fruit as well. This is currently the innovation that have been applied by Samdabi. I forgot his name. Mechanization buffalo something the name of this apa nama ni, like kind of buggy. This is also another issue when they use this kind of truck and so on, because this truck is so heavy, and then somehow they rosakkan the terrain of the plantation. They don't want this as well in the future. Okay. Alright. Okay. Is there any question? Nak tepuk tangan lu. Okay, is there any question?
Doctor, for our project, would we be building something similar to that scale?
I will say yes.
Oh, okay.
Wow,
okay.
A group, or you choose one group to perform the design?
Sekali lagi tak faham.
Doktor, yang apa pasal project design tu semua group kena buat pasal yang doktor tunjuk tu ke?
Yeah. All the group must be apa nama ni, do based on the design brief given lah.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So, any question? Do you have any more question? Yes. Up to even though uh, you need to do the visual prototyping, okay, but somehow up to not not motion analysis lah, up to you are able to simulate if there required motion in SolidWorks. For example, in SolidWorks, okay, there is a function of motion analysis. But we don't go to that level. If the master level, I will ask them to do up to the motion analysis. But somehow for your level, you only need to simulate only. For example, you want to increase something. You want to show this thing will move. For example, kind of arm robotic and so on. So that thing can be moved. You can simulate the motion.
So doktor don't need to fabricate lah.
Tak perlu. Virtual prototyping only.
Right. Maybe through
Alright, but somehow up to certain details lah. We'll be look at on certain details. Because normally previously, if you do prototyping, sometimes we will make sure that particular prototype just proof function. You can prove to us that your prototype function. Okay, but somehow once you don't come up with the physical prototype, so what you need to do is virtual prototyping. We will be go into detail every single component that you do in your team. That is why 13 weeks after this is really critical for you. You need to well plan, well manage. It's not only about develop. It's about to find the practical solutions. And also once you have the idea to have the practical solution, okay, so how to model it and analyze it. So make sure it's safe. Okay. All right. So based on that, if you look at again, I'll show again the design brief. Okay. Tunjuk ni. Okay, if you look at again design brief, this is the two things required. Okay, the way you want to cut. Yeah, you see there the machine there, a lot of apa ni, kind of tractor there, basically for collecting the FFB. But somehow the main component here is that the first and the second one, cutting mechanism. How do you want to do it? Okay, and mechanism to reach and access the FFB from top. Rather than you cut and the fruit go to the ground and then you collect from the ground to the tractor. Okay, that is the first one. So how to cut? That is the first one. The second you might consider, okay, this one or is not and or. If your group focusing on the cutting mechanism only, then you focus on that particular part lah. Okay, and then if there's another group would like to focus on the mechanism to reach SSB on top of the oil palm tree, then you can propose your solution as well. So it's different approach. If you focus on the cutting mechanism, once you cut it, the fruit will go to the ground and then you need to collect it. The second option there is basically you collect from the top of the oil palm tree. So that is basically different. So you would like to know your how do you would like to propose a practical solution to this. Okay. So for example, if you ask me what is the load that we can expect for the FFB for this fruit, okay, normally they say to us average is 20 to 30 kilogram for the matured oil palm tree. Okay, so for the just young matured, the age around 5 years to 6 years, okay, that one is around 10 kilogram only. But sama for oil palm tree, the age is around 10 years above, so the fruit is around 20 to 30 kilogram average. Okay, so you need to focus on these two things lah. So which group select the first one and which group select the second one. Okay, is there any more question to this? Nampak macam okey je korang ni.
So doktor, kalau collection tak perlu consider lah.
Hah?
Kalau for collection do not to consider lah in our design.
For collection, buat masa yang nombor 3 buat masa ni tak payah dulu pun tak apa kot.
Okay.
If you would like to consider that as well, you boleh consider lah, tak ada masalah. Boleh juga. Because the item number 3 here also there are one industry in Pahang. Okay, one company lah. Basically, they also provide design and innovation for collection. Okay, so that one we'll talk later lah. If some of you would like to think of the number 3, also you can take lah this item number 3 or even number 4. You want to integrate in the one platform, also can. Okay, so to make this fully mechanization, you need to, I think, you need to open up your research background. Okay, your market search. Do not only focus on palm oil plantations only. You need to focus on the other application. Okay, because basically you want to collect the item. Same goes to the same goes to the Alibaba factory. Okay, there are parcels there, so they want to collect their parcel. How they manage that? Okay, so that are the things that need to widen your research search. Okay, your background searching. Any more question?
I
Ada?
think doktor.
Clear eh?
Okay.
Alright. Okay, so for next week, we will have lecture on Monday, and then you need to discuss. After this, you need to discuss with your team. You can make a Google Meet ke, nak buat Webex ke on your team, among your team. I think you better discuss, because for next week, I would like you, for next Thursday, I will create assignment in e-learning. You need to submit to me the first mind map, okay, bubble map, and then you need to focus on after you complete your bubble map, and then the second item is the objective 3. So, okay, as you have learned about the project planning, so better you discuss with your team who will looking at which area, who will search on this particular part, what are the area involved. Okay, so you need to discuss in your team, separate the task, please record it. Okay, whoever become the group leader, you need to ensure that you need to give the task to all your member and record the task given. Okay, so that we will come out later on. I will see that one as your progress discussion. Who will do this, who will conduct this, and so on. Okay, of course, don't forget about the research background. Every single person they have specific area that been given by your team. So you need to find out the research background lah. Okay, clear?
Thursday, right, doktor? Next Thursday.
Next Thursday.
Okay.
So jangan buat lambat-lambat lah. Dia ada 13 minggu je ni.
So Thursday, bubble map.
Next Thursday cuti.
Huh?
Lah. Cuti apa?
Bawah
Happy Deepavali.
Oh, di bawah.
Kan? Siapa ada
Okay.
sini? Ashwa, betul Ashwa kan?
Betul.
Betul sir, betul.
Cik, anda ramai sebut. Okay, macam tu next the next following Monday, Monday tak sempat. The assignment will be due on the 9 lah. Bukan 9. 8 of November. Okay, so better discuss with your team lah right now. Even though you nampak macam senang, tapi tak lah saya cakap awal. That's why supposed to be, kalau kita kata in terms of palm oil solution, supposed to be there are a lot, supposed to be. But still up till now, there is no one solution that is for cutting mechanism. So that is why you need to propose a practical solution lah to that. Okay? So with that, attendance, check again siapa ada isi attendance ni. Dah 30. Alright, I think that's all for today.
Doctor, nak
Yes,
tanya.
boleh.
Just now you say that some of the group need to focus in the short-term solution and some of the group need to focus in the long-term solution. Is it?
Yeah.
Then can I know what is the difference between like what actually
Okay.
like short-term solution we
Alright,
need
so
and
for short-term solution, you might consider that labor the worker there still required, but somehow you help the worker to reduce the workload. Okay, for example, currently what in the problem statement mentioned, currently the workload is required about to 60% of the strength of the worker. So you might reduce up to half of it. So it will require only 20 to 30% only the strength of the worker. So that is the short term. The long term one is basically focused on the fully mechanization. We could call as semi mechanization, and the long term one as the fully mechanization. Okay? Boleh? Alright, okay. So with that, I would like to say thank you and please discuss. Okay, please discuss. If okay,
Okay.
yeah,
Jadi sekarang ni maksudnya kan ada macam ada 3 objektif tadi kan.
3.
Termasuk yang tak priority tu. Synchronism
Ada bukan objektif lah, ada 4 area lah.
4 kan. Jadi sekarang ni semua group kena buat research background untuk setiap objektif lah. Tak berfokus kat mana-mana objektif lagi.
Tak. Tapi my suggestion fokus 1, 2. That is the priority. Satu
Maksudnya
ataupun 2. Maksudnya if kalau group Haikal fokus pada 1 je lah. Kalau group lain fokus pada nombor 2 je lah. Dia
free
bukan
to pilih.
free untuk pilih.
Thank you.
Okay? Alright. Ada lagi soalan? Tak ada?
Doktor,
Ya.
slide doktor tu doktor akan share kat e-learning ke?
Slide?
E-learning?
Video?
Tak, no, not the video. The slide you just present.
Oh,
just now.
project brief tu?
Ya, project.
Dah ada kat learning lah.
Okay. Thank you, doktor.
Okay, you may check on learning. Already posted in e-learning. Right. So kalau tak ada soalan, sampai sini sahaja. Okay, so perhaps I think you need to focus on the group discussion after this, please. Okay, please do the group discussion, and hopefully, that is better if you are around in the campus. If you want to meet me and discuss, but one group only lah, one group per day or one group for half an hour, only one group discuss with me. I think that is allowable lah. We can visit at the studio. At C23, then we can have a discussion lah. So that one is I think will ease you a lot. Okay? Alright, so with that, I would like to say thank you and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you, Doctor.